This year will be the fifth annual Moe's Southwest Grill Lacrosse Classic, and the exposure it brings to JU is greater than anyone could have foreseen when the event first started.
In terms of our assets of promoting our program, of people beyond not just North Florida, but nationally finding out about Jacksonville University and the men's lacrosse program, it is by far our most valuable asset. It has given us exposures to not just the lacrosse world, but just different parts of the country where I don't think people had any idea what Jacksonville University was, let alone had a lacrosse team. And so it would be hard to overstate how important it's been. I mean, it's been in the past couple of years, we've played these games, and on national television, we beat the Naval Academy, and then within the next 2 weeks, we have 4 or 5 recruits committing to Jacksonville and coming to Jacksonville and understanding what we're doing here. So it's been very important in terms of getting our message out and also just getting the message about what a special university this is.
This year, the Classic moves on to campus, to the new and improved D.B. Milne Field after taking place in Everbank the last 4 years.
Well, I think it's exciting to move it to campus because I think it gives us as a university and us as a program to further highlight how the tide is rising at Jacksonville University. And that's across the campus in all facets. I think President Cost and, through his dynamic leadership we're having unprecedented moments of growth here, with some $21 million being invested in this campus in the last 2 years. It's a great time for people to understand what it is we have here, on the St. Johns River. And just in our recruiting of local people, and we've started to recruit in North Florida. There's a lot of great lacrosse in this area. And we will have families come to this campus and visit for the very first time. They may have lived within 20 to 30 miles of this campus for the last 20 years and never have ever been on the campus. And they drive on the campus now, and universally their response is, I had no idea. What a hidden gem. And I think this event allows this campus to help get out of that hidden gem category and just into the gem category. What a gem we have here in North Florida and on the First Coast and in Jacksonville.
While the highlight is the Sunday matchup, Monday's high school lacrosse showcase is just as important to the school and the program.
We're going to again have some 24 high school teams on campus. You're looking at some 750 to 1,000 kids who are all going to be going off to college sometime in the next couple of years. And for them to get on this campus and see what's here, regardless of whether they play lacrosse or not in college, to understand that JU is a special place and a special place for them to learn about as maybe a place to go to school, even if they decide not to play. And the other part too is I think it's important for us to kind of, as Jacksonville University Lacrosse, we're the only Division I NCAA program in the state of Florida. And we need to take a leadership role in some of these things and showcase this sport at its highest level where these kids can really come and see it and participate and understand how well this game can be played when it's played in this level, and for them to be able to gauge that as they're developing their own playing careers.
The unique partnerships with Wounded Warrior Project, Lax.com, Brumos, and the title sponsor Moe's have helped elevate the Classic to world class.
Just those names you mentioned are all first class and leaders in each of their particular realms. Is there, in my opinion, is there a better nonprofit organization for our veterans than Wounded Warrior Project anywhere in the world? It'd be hard to argue. Moe's Southwest Grill, and Brad Chasteen, who has worked with us so closely over the last few years to make this work, has become a great friend to JU and is an unbelievable organization, and it's just it's a great family place, which is important to us too. And of course, Brumos is synonymous with excellence, and Lax.com is the #1 lacrosse online retailer in the world, and probably they do more online sales in Florida than any other lacrosse retailer. And so it's a partnership with excellence. We've aligned ourselves with first-rate organizations and people that are all bringing tremendous things to to enhance our event. They're not along for the ride. They're making us better in this event each and every day, and a lot of that's through their experiences. And we're going to have with Wounded Warrior, there will be warriors who will be acting as captains of each of the high school teams in their games on Monday, and then on Sunday, Army and JU will each have a honorary captain who is a Wounded Warrior. And so it's those kinds of exposures for those who are involved are just, it's an incredible event to have people of that nature and of that high a quality to be involved. I think it's just one more aspect of this is a truly first-class event.
Former JU lacrosse player TJ Canary was motivated by his experience playing in the Classic to go work for the Wounded Warrior Project upon graduation.
Yeah, so my junior year, we played Navy in the Sunshine Classic here. We had a speaker from Wounded Warrior Project, Dan Nevins, kind of address our group, our team. He was with us in the locker room. He gave us a pregame speech that pumped us up. They're pretty good motivators, as you can imagine. It just kind of hit home for us. It's kind of Wounded Warrior Project lacrosse events just kind of give a little bit more meaning to the game. It kind of gives you some perspective. Obviously, I mean, it's a great way to just involve, a bigger cause, a cause greater than yourself, as Adam Silva says, who's our Chief Development Officer. But it's just an opportunity for the kids to kind of realize something a little bit bigger than themselves. So after we had that game where we whooped up on Navy, I had an internship opportunity with Wounded Warrior Project that summer, and then my senior year I stuck around and kind of volunteered, got my 50 hours over with at a Wounded Warrior Project, and then got hired right after school. It's cool to be totally on the other side of the equation a little bit. I've obviously been in these high schoolers and college kids' shoes before, so I know exactly kind of what they're going through before the game, and know the impact and kind of the meaning that having a game dedicated to, again, a cause greater than yourself can have on a kid.
Moe's has seen plenty of benefits to lending its name as a title sponsor.
Just overall, it's a great sport. The local area developer is very passionate about the sport. It has really rallied Moe's to align ourselves with the demographic, the competitiveness, the team atmosphere that lacrosse supports. It's just been a great partnership. 5 years running now, we've grown this thing, we've grown awareness, and we're very active in the community with the lacrosse organization. So that was the driving force of why we got involved, and it's just been great ever since. We're huge supporters of youth and high school lacrosse teams from all of Northeast Florida, and we're looking at expanding that too throughout the state. So from a regional level, we want to be that go-to company that supports lacrosse in the communities. From in-stores advertising with customers, social media aspects, on-site activations, day of the event, we're able to do a bunch of promotions and giveaways. So just a lot of fun stuff to keep the energy out there and people engaged in the event.
The focal point of the weekend is still JU's Sunday match against the 17th ranked U.S. Military Academy, which Coach Van Arsdale sees as a great challenge for his team.
They're one of the top teams in the country. They have arguably one of the top five best players in the country this year is on their team, John Glessner. They have outstanding goalkeeper. They're very good at the face-off game. They are a very well-coached, well-organized, as you would expect from the military academy. They're disciplined and well-coached and very organized, but they're also very talented. I mean, this is not, Army lacrosse is not Army football where they're kind of playing with one hand behind their back. The Army traditionally has been one of the great lacrosse programs in the United States for 50 years, and so it's something where we know it's going to be a challenge. We look forward to the challenge. We look forward to being able to test our abilities and see where we'll find out right away what kind of team we have this year and what types of potential we have. I think we have very strong senior leadership that I've been very proud of this year, and they've done a wonderful job. I think we're going to have the ability at times to score some goals and put some points on the board, and I think if we can play as a team, we'll be effectively defensively as well.
Let's go here.